Hey everyone, today we'll be looking at how we can use the complex number feature on the 991CW calculator. If you try to use the complex number feature before on the usual calculate menu, I think you'll observe that there's an I above the 9 here. So if we try to press shift and then 9, we should see an I on the screen, but we don't. This is because the calculator possesses a specific menu for complex number operations, which is complex. So when we go to this menu, we can perform all the operations that I've listed on the side here. That is finding the argument, conjugate, real and imaginary part of a complex number, and how we can convert from the rectangular form of complex number to the polar form of complex number. So let's start by first writing a complex number of our choice. I'll go with 1 plus iota, where iota is the square root of minus 1. So let's see how I can find the argument of this. So let me just go shift my cursor to the beginning and go to catalog, and you'll see complex as the first option here. So let's go to complex and then we see argument, and that's outputted onto the screen along with a single bracket. So let's just close this bracket and click on OK. And we see a result which is probably in radians. And if I want this result in degrees, what I'm going to do is go to calc settings. Let me show that again. Settings, calc settings, angle unit, and degrees. And we can just go back and click on OK once again. And we see that the argument of the complex number 1 plus I is 45, which is true. So now similarly, we can do the same thing. Let's just erase argument here and let's do conjugate, and you get 1 minus I as expected. And let's also illustrate the use of real and imaginary. I'll just show real. Yeah, real part. And the second last option is imaginary. Let's just illustrate real here. So real part and we obtain 1. If we use imaginary, we'll obtain just I. And let's see how we can simplify some complex number operations. Like say we have an equation of the type 3 plus 2i divided by 1 minus I. So we can just type the entire equation in itself as 3 plus 2i divided by 3 plus 2i divided by 1 minus I. So when we click on OK, we obtain the result 0.5 plus 2.5i. So in an instant, we have simplified this complex number, which would have taken quite a while if we were to do this manually. Now say I want to convert this result into the r theta form. So the easiest way to do that is to go to format here, and as we can see, the last option here on the screen is polar coordinates. So let's go with polar coordinates and we obtain the result 2.54 and 78 degrees. And again, if you want to convert this to radians, just go to settings, calc settings, angle unit, radian, and click on OK once again. Format it to polar coordinates. So yeah, we obtain the angle in radians this time. So yeah, that was all for complex operations. If I've missed out on anything, do let me know in the comments and I'll try making another video on it. Thanks for watching.